And I think it reflects the structure of the international and domestic airline market, because the US has a very large domestic market where travel restrictions have not really been in place. So if you look at it, about two-thirds of the US market is domestic, whereas in Europe about 11% is domestic flying. So Europe has a much smaller domestic operation and therefore has been exposed to international travel restrictions to a much greater degree than the US industry. I think Europe, the EU, has handled this badly. I think one of the great achievements of the European Union has been the freedom of movement. What's enabled people to work anywhere and travel anywhere. And that freedom, a fundamental freedom of the EU, has been significantly restricted. But it hasn't been done on a coordinated basis across Europe. It's been done by each individual country taking their own decisions. So I think the recovery reflects the structure of the market. The US is recovering faster. I think airlines all across the world have taken the right steps to ensure that they can survive what has been the deepest crisis ever faced by the industry. And I believe, we should be optimistic. I think the industry will recover. I think it is in the best possible shape given what it's come through. And once we see these travel restrictions eased, and I'm not suggesting that they're just automatically removed overnight, but once they start easing, then the demand is very clear. There's huge pent-up demand. People want to get back flying, and airlines want to be able to serve customers again.
I agree with you around the pent-up demand, and I think some of it already exists for summer, but there's significant uncertainty even with vaccination programs being rolled out as to what the impact of variants could be if we allow travel across many parts of the world, particularly here in Europe. And how do you think about the European summer season at this point? Do you think it's going to be one where we do see a decent amount of travel, enough for the airlines to actually bring in some cash flow at this point?
I think there's good reason to be optimistic about a late summer season, starting in the second half. We had hoped to get things moving again in the second quarter of this year. What we have seen previously, when restrictions are relaxed, there's an immediate response from consumers. So that demand, as I've said, is very, very strong underlying.